Rain poured like silver needles from a sky bruised with thunder, and the world seemed to hold its breath when he saw the car slide toward the edge of the cliff. In that instant, the single dad didn't think, he just moved. What he didn't know was that the woman trapped inside wasn't just anyone, she was one of the richest women in the country, a name that could buy cities, but not the heart he carried so quietly. And before she could even learn his name, he was gone, leaving only the memory of his hand pulling her from death. Ethan Brooks lived a simple life. He worked 2 jobs, raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, in a small town where people still waved at strangers. His life had been defined by quiet sacrifices, late nights fixing broken fences, early mornings making her breakfast, and the ache of missing his late wife, who'd passed away when Lily was just 3. He didn't talk much about the past, he just made sure his daughter never felt the emptiness he did. That night, the storm had been relentless. He was driving home from a late shift when he saw the black SUV spin across the slick highway. The crash was brutal, metal twisted, glass shattered, and the car teetered on the edge of a ravine. Without a second thought, Ethan leapt out, the rain stinging his face. The woman inside was unconscious, her seatbelt jammed, smoke rising from the hood. He could smell gasoline. "Hang on, I got you," he said, his voice steady though his heart raced. He braced his feet, smashed the window with his elbow, and reached inside. Her pulse was weak but steady. She murmured something, her voice breaking. He didn't catch it, only the soft tremble of fear beneath it. Seconds later, the car slipped. Ethan pulled her out just in time, falling backward as the vehicle plunged into darkness below. For a moment, everything was quiet except for the rain and the sound of his heavy breathing. He looked at her, blood on her temple, eyes fluttering open, confusion mixing with shock. Who are you?" she whispered. "No one," he said simply, grabbing his jacket to cover her shoulders. Sirens wailed in the distance, and he stood, checking her pulse again before stepping back. "You're safe now." Before she could say another word, he turned and disappeared into the rain. When Olivia Kane woke up in the hospital the next morning, she was surrounded by her security team, doctors, and flashing headlines, "Billionaire heiress survives crash." But none of it mattered. Her mind kept replaying that moment, the stranger's calm voice, the strength of his arms pulling her from the fire. She tried to find him, sending her team to check police reports and rescue logs, but no one knew anything. No name, no record, nothing. It was as if her savior had never existed. Days passed. The world saw her recovery as another headline, but Olivia felt different. For years she'd lived in glass towers, signing papers, attending meetings, and pretending her empire made her happy. Yet in that one brief moment, when she looked into the eyes of a man who had nothing but courage, she felt something real. Weeks later, fate decided their story wasn't done. Olivia's car had broken down near a rural town on her way to a charity event. When she stopped at a small auto shop, a familiar voice called from behind, "Need a hand?" She turned and froze. There he was, wiping grease off his hands, that same quiet steadiness in his eyes. "It's you," she breathed. He frowned slightly, as if trying to remember where he knew her from. "Do I know you?" "You saved my life." The recognition flickered in his eyes, followed by embarrassment. "Oh, that night. You were hurt pretty bad. Glad you're okay." She smiled faintly, but her heart raced. "You just left. Why?" He shrugged. "Didn't think you'd need a guy like me hanging around. You had people coming. But I wanted to thank you." He gave a small, almost shy smile. "You just did." As he turned to check her car, Lily ran out of the office, holding a drawing in her tiny hands. "Daddy, look. I drew us with Mommy in the sky." Olivia's breath caught. The girl's wide eyes and gentle smile stirred something deep inside her. Ethan looked at his daughter with the kind of love that didn't need words, pure, steady, unshakable. Over the next few days, Olivia's car needed more repairs than it probably should have. She visited often, bringing coffee, cookies for Lily, and slowly, she learned about the man behind the quiet heroism. Ethan never bragged, never asked for anything. He fixed her car, asked about her day, and treated her like an ordinary person, not a billionaire, not a story, but the world caught up. Reporters eventually tracked her to the small town, snapping photos of her and Ethan outside the garage. Overnight, his private life became public. Headlines screamed, "Billionaire heiress found her mystery savior." Cameras followed them everywhere. Ethan hated it. Lily doesn't need this kind of attention, he said softly one night, closing the door behind the reporters. Olivia looked at him, eyes filled with regret. I didn't mean for this to happen. I know. He sighed, glancing at his daughter asleep on the couch. But maybe it's better if we stay in our own worlds. He walked her to the door, his expression unreadable. She wanted to say something, anything to stop him, but the words didn't come. Months passed. Olivia returned to her skyscrapers, her meetings, her endless responsibilities. But she couldn't forget the way Ethan looked at her, not with awe, but with truth. She realized that gratitude wasn't what she wanted to express anymore. It was love. So one evening, she showed up again at his garage. The sky was pink with sunset, and Lily was drawing chalk hearts on the driveway. Ethan looked up and surprised. You again, he said, but there was warmth in his tone. Olivia smiled, her voice steady but emotional. You left before I could thank you properly. But this time, I'm not letting you walk away. Ethan blinked, unsure how to respond. Olivia, I'm not here as a billionaire. I'm here as a woman who finally found someone who reminded her what kindness looks like. Someone who made her believe again. Lily looked up from her chalk and giggled. Daddy, she talks like in your movies. Ethan laughed softly, the walls around his heart breaking piece by piece. He looked at Olivia, and in that fading sunset light, something unspoken passed between them, something stronger than gratitude. Sometimes, the people who save us don't just pull us from danger. They show us what life can still be, and this time, Ethan didn't walk away.